Hi guys, it's Ashley here, and today I'm going to be comparing 3 of your stepping mats that are now available. I'm going to be comparing the DRK mat, the Uber Chic mat, and the Simply Neat mat. To start off, I'm going to start with the DRK mat. This is $9.70 on their website. I think with shipping I ended up paying $12 or $13 in total for it. This is definitely not my favorite out of the bunch. I was super excited because it is black. I wanted a black mat because, as you can tell, black's not going to show stains, and it also, I wanted it for a background for recording. Well, it is super flimsy. Like, I'm talking about, it's like paper thin. This, for me, this is like literally a buzzkill because I'll show you what happens whenever you paint top coat on it. Okay, I'm going to wait for that to dry and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and as you can see, because the mat is so thin, it has bubbled up quite significantly, and whenever you go to remove it, the whole mat literally comes up as you're trying to peel up. See, I'm having to hold the mat down. If I don't hold the mat down, it's just, the mat is moving with me trying to peel up my decal. So, and as you can see it's still bubbled up. So you can see that it bubbles up quite a bit, and that's just, I like my Uber mat and my Simply mat better than that because I don't have to fight with my mat moving around because it's so thin. One other thing I'd like to point out about this mat that I really liked was these color swatch palettes, and I still use these to stamp over because it's a lot easier than having to paint down a color and wait for it to dry and then stamp over it. So sometimes I use these as little test spots to see how colors will look over other colors. Also, one thing that bothered me about it was when my mat came, a bunch of the printing, like that's part of the mat, a bunch of the printing was like off or double printed. I don't know why. Like that is part of the mat. It's like their printing press thing was off. I don't know, it just wasn't crisp and clean, and then this whole thinness thing bothers me. But if you're on a budget and this is all you can afford, then it's a nice option. You're just gonna have to, like I said, whenever you peel up your decals, you have to hold the mat in place to pull them up because it's so thin the mat moves with the decal. So there's that one. And here is the Uber Chic mat. And as you can see, it's a lot thicker than the other one. You can't just grab it and move it up. I love that about this mat. This was actually the first mat that I got because I think it was the first one to come out. You have over here your square nail decals, and then over here you have your almond nail decals, and you've got a set of 10. And then here you have spots where you can mix colors and combine them. And then you have your Uber Chic Beauty symbol, and then it has a little bit of writing on the sides. I love the cleanness of this area right here. Like that it's clean. I like having the little nail shapes better than I like having these squares on the Simply mat. Also, I'd like to point out one major difference between this mat and the Simply mat is that the Simply mat you cannot see through, but this one you can see through. And I know I've seen some people using this mat to trace pictures underneath the nails here, and then paint a layer of top coat over it, and you've got yourself a handmade decal. You could use coloring books or magazines or anything you see that you want to put on your nails. You could trace underneath this. that is also the reason why I have switched from using this mat in my videos to using the Simply mat in my videos, because I like how it looks over the top of my black backboard. It kind of gives it just a, it's not white, but it's not black. It's an off color. So the Uber mat is $20 after shipping, because it's $15 before, and then you pay $5 for shipping. So unless you're buying other things with it, it's going to run you about $20. A couple of things that the Uber mat and the Simply Neat mat have in common, and this probably goes for all mats, is that they will stain. Neither one of them stain any less than the other. If you get a polish on it that's going to stain your nails, it's going to stain your mat. I haven't found a way to get the stains out. I think I have a couple. Yeah, here's a purple one on, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a purple stain right here on my Uber mat. And it has faded over time, but it has never completely gone away. Only it's the pinks and the purples. Also, do not leave your squishy stamper heads overturned on your mat for any length of time. If it overturns on your mat, pick it straight up, because it will cause permanent rippling and bubbling in your mat. Both the Uber Chic mat and the Simply Neat mat will do this. Okay, so for the Simply Neat mat, it has a lot more bells and whistles than either of those other mats have. They came to the table a lot later than the Uber Chic mat or any of the others, so to me, they had to have something extra to offer than the other mats. One thing I'm going to say I don't like about the Simply mat is all of this writing on it. You've got your stamped decal directions over here. You've got telling you what to do. Easy test polishes glitter stamp designs over black and white. You've got create and contain circles, and it tells you what you can put in them. And then you've got notes over here, instructions, renew, just all these different, and then ideas. To me, it's too much writing. It's too busy. People may need the instructions, but just include them in the packaging. Don't put them on the mat permanently, because I mean, before now, I never read this stuff. It's just, I would really like it to be gone away so that the mat looked cleaner to me. Because, I mean, let's face it, you're going to read the stamped decal directions once, figure out how to do it, and then you're good. You can pretty much figure out what these are for on your own or reading online. And then these notes and ideas and stuff, that should just be like the notes about testing dark pigmented polishes stuff. Should just be a red slip in the package so that you know. Just don't put it permanently on the mat, because it bugs me. That being said, I like the finger decals on the Uber mat better than I like these squares. I don't use them like you're supposed to. You're supposed to use them to measure your fingers, and then you can just paint as much as you need to, make your decals smaller. I still paint the whole square and then cut it to fit my nail. It's just a habit, because I have very, very, very strong C curve in my nail, so if I cut it, if I only fill in this much of this rectangle, it's not going to fit my nail, because my nail is so curved. An idea better, because their nail decals are on the edges versus in the middle. So I can turn the mat whichever way I want to, and I'm not working, like, I'm not having to reach over my work area to paint. I always end up making a mess with this mat, but that's just me. Also, it has a little ridge so that if you spill something, it contains it. And it does contain a little bit, but you better just be spilling little jars, because if you spill a whole bottle of acetone on this mat, it's not going to hold it. I found that out the hard way. I spilt a whole thing of water on my mat. It doesn't hold it. It goes everywhere. And the thing about the ridge is I could really do without it, because whenever I'm stamping with my bigger stamping plates, if the image is up here, I pull the plate to me so that I can get to it better. Well, now I have this ridge in my way, so the plate won't lay flat. So I don't think that they had that in mind when they put this ridge up. So I'm having to find ways to turn my plate to get to it and avoid it bumping up against this ridge or getting on top of this ridge. So that's one drawback to having the ridge on the mat. I like the Uber Chic's flatter design better, because let's face it, if you spill a whole bottle of acetone, or if you have a major spill, it's still not going to hold it in. And if it's a little spill, then it's not going to go off the mat anyways. And also you have, I'll turn it around so you can see better. You have these little circles right here where you can put beads and glitter, and you can also fill them up with a little bit of acetone or water. And I've even seen people do water marbling in these, which to me it's a lot more limited space. I know how to water marble out of just the regular glass, so I will continue to do that. And you can, as you can see, like, it doesn't hold much at all. I've actually made a big mess with that. Let's see if we can, yeah, it won't even hold half a capful of acetone. Let's see. Okay, there we go. And I think the idea was that you could use this to put acetone in, but it holds so little acetone that, as you can see in the one cup, actually in both cups, it's already evaporated. Like, it's already completely evaporated, so that completely defeats the purpose of having these cups to hold acetone, because why would you pour acetone out of this bottle into this and then it evaporates before you can even use it? I just use the pump because it's not going to evaporate out of here. But I have seen people do cool things in these. Like, I've seen people water marble in them, and as far as holding your beads and stuff, that's like an extra bell and whistle. That's a good concept, but beads are not going to move around on these mats because they don't have like the slick surface for them to move on. So, I mean, it's up to you. This one is $19.99 before shipping and handling. If you have Amazon Prime, then shipping and handling is free, so it will be the same price as the Uber Chic mat. Personally, if I had to choose what mat I would go for, I would get the Simply Neat Miracle mat. That is simply because it is not see-through, and I do not like the see-through aspect of the Uber Chic mat. Because I record videos, and whenever I'm recording videos, I don't like the way it looks, which was the original reason why I had bought the DRK mat, was because I wanted something that was not see-through. Hopefully this helps you make your decision on what mat you would like to get. These are just my opinions. Other people are probably not going to think the same way that I am, but I hope it helps. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye guys. Thanks for watching.